in practice, and I got loose and got up and got in the wall, and I had to go to the backup car for race day here. And it just says a lot about the team to bring a brand new race car right off the truck. No time on the racetrack at all. This is the first lap. This car's turn today was the first lap of the race, and the pit stops were awesome. Just a great day for us in LTL Ford, and there's a lot of good things we can bring out of this.
Great job, Brian. Let's go back to Matt.
Well, Steve, coming in today, Kevin Harvick averaged a 30th place finish. And how about today? The old lady in black, you didn't do too bad.
No, we struggled a little bit at the beginning, but we kept ourselves on a lead lap. And then about the third or fourth stop, car came on. We got ourselves solidly in the top 10 and got caught under the pits, under the green in the pits there. And luckily, that was a good thing, it looked like. So we gained a couple spots off of that wreck, but I think we had a top 7 or 8 car, and we needed this for these Goodwrench guys and everybody on this team.
We'll see you next week at Bristol. To Dick Berggren.
With Chip Ganassi, he has just waded through the entire crew, shaking hands with just about everybody on the way. Mister, everything you touch in auto racing winds up in victory lane. What is your magic touch?
My magic touch is I'm fortunate to run into some great people, and whether it starts down here with Felix Sabates or Andy Graves and Tony Glover and Sterling and Ernie Elliott and just the whole gang. I'm lucky that I run into good people. That's what it is.
This guy, doesn't matter. Indy cars, Winston Cup cars, he wins in all of them.
Sterling Marlin, second time this year as a winner, celebrating there with the Dodge dealers in victory lane.
Elliott Sadler gets his second place finish of the year, finishes second in the Daytona 500 and second here today.
Yeah, and you don't want to come to Darlington unless you got your work clothes on.
Right.
That's what you have. That's a day's work, just like Dale Jr. said.
Bill Elliott dodged the big wreck there, ends up in the top 10.
We asked Sterling Marlin about was he worried about the motor. He wasn't worried about the motor. I'm sure what he was worried about was getting to the front without having a problem.
The attrition was high. 9 drivers failed to finish, ended up in the garage. That will turn some of the top 10 of the points topsy-turvy, with Tony Stewart, who came in here 5th in the standings, being one of those.
Not a good day to be leading the race.
No,
except
day to lead.
Except at the end.
Yeah, right.
Pole sitter Ricky Craven finishes 41st. Looked like he had a car that was going to be up there contending for the win.
And how about those rookies finishing 5th and 6th? Let's go back downstairs to Steve.
And we've caught up with one of them, Jimmy Johnson. Boy, look at the leaderboard. You come here, finish 6th.
The cool thing is if you walk around this race car, there isn't a stripe or any dents or anything on it. So the guys in the fab shop, there's no work from my side. So just honestly, this is probably the highlight of my career, to come here and be this competitive at Darlington. We got caught down a lap in the pits when the caution came out, and then had the big wreck on the backstretch where we were able to get back caught up. And this is awesome. All the support from Hendrick Motorsports, everyone at home watching, all the departments, and all the support from the Lowe's employee owners. We're having a blast. This is cool.
I can tell. Congratulations. Let's go to Chris.
All right, thank you very much. So let's have a look at the point standings. Sterling Marlin, who came in as the leader, fattens that lead, but Ryan Newman trying to hang with him, and Rusty Wallace, who has never won here in Darlington, with a strong finish to move up to 4th. And you see the rookie Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon 6th, with Jeff Hammett here in the Hollywood Hotel. It was not a good day. This was really a theater for the bizarre, with some of the different storylines we had working and some of the crashes we had, from Steve Park's return, Jeff Gordon trying to snap out of his slump, certainly Tony Stewart trying to win back-to-back races. Sterling Marlin ends up winning it. Let's go early. Steve Park had the lead and led on lap 38 until this wreck took place.
Yes, right there. He's trying to get under Stacy Compton, a lap car, and as a lot of the drivers said, it felt like that was very influential as far as him getting into him and then eventually wrecking, putting him out of the race.
And returning to racing, to the scene that knocked him out 6 months ago, Steve Park was able to at least return in the race in his car. As for Tony Stewart, he had the lead. This is on lap 226. And Buckshot Jones slowing down, causing Stewart to wreck. And then with the smoke, obviously a number of cars. You see Jeff Gordon sneaking by, Sterling Marlin. But then the Chip Ganassi car with Jimmy Spencer actually being pushed from Ken Schrader and running into him.
Yeah, all that smoke right there, Chris. And everybody keeps talking about lap traffic. Lap traffic, and these racetrack in particular, it's so slick off of turn 2. We saw Buckshot Jones. He got loose. The 20 car of Tony Stewart came in there, didn't have a place to go. They collected each other up, and next thing you know, We had a massive crash over there. We're very lucky that Tony Stewart wasn't more injured than what he was.
11 cars involved, and because of some of the safety improvements from the Hans or the Hutchins device or some of the other safety devices in the car, everyone walked away except Tony Stewart. He was taken, the official release here, to Carolina's hospital system in Florence by air, Florence, South Carolina. He was conscious and alert, complaining of pain in his lower back. He was also complaining of numbness and tingling in his left foot, as you got to look at Victory Lane and Sterling Marlin and his gang. But Tony Stewart will undergo a CAT scan of the head, back, and abdomen. But some of the other drivers did speak with him and said he was in good spirits and appears to have gotten out of that in terrific shape when you consider the wreck. And the key, that pileup, really, as we saw the cars going through, Jeff Hammond, Sterling Marlin, one of those to get through without any serious damage to his car, and then he was able to maintain that lead later.
And we were able to hear him over the air calling Tony Glover and Lee McCall, letting them know, man, I'm coming through the smoke, and all of a sudden I turned, and he saw there was Tony Stewart. He made the right decision. He cut underneath Tony Stewart, avoided that accident right there, and it had to be the key moment as far as his victory is concerned. Then his knowledge of the racetrack and experience came together. He was able to maintain a certain pace, didn't get excited with Earnhardt when he took the lead from him, got it back, and drove to victory.
Sterling Marlin, a captain on his high school team as a quarterback and linebacker when he played football, so used to surviving pileups, and he got through that one, this time in a car, to win the race here in Darlington. Tonight, of course, some more wrapping up on Fox Sports Net. Next Saturday, the Busch race on FX, and then the final hour of Winston Cup practice, and then Sunday in Bristol. And again, Elliott Sadler, a strong finish here, finishing second, the defending champ. NASCAR this morning on Fox Sports Net starts it, and then you'll see the race on Fox and wrapped up on Victory Lane, all access on Fox Sports Net. Sterling Marlin, your winner. The Lady in Black, tough on a number of cars. Elliott Sadler finishing second, Kevin Harvick third. UPS, the official delivery company of NASCAR, delivers a chance to win 4 tickets to the 2003 Daytona 500 on Fox by logging on to foxsports.com, keyword UPS Racing. Quickly, Jeff Hammond, a couple of other storylines. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the rookies, Ryan Newman, and Jimmy Johnson finishing 5th and 6th.
You really can't say enough about it. There was a perfect example of how Ryan Newman is showing he's got a lot of support, I think, from the Penske group. He's very calm, came from the back of the pack, stayed second points after a tough race.
And the drought for Jeff Gordon continues. 13 straight races, finishing out of the top 5. And again, his last victory came last September in Kansas. But the 11-car crash up, the key is Sterling Marlin made it through and all the way to victory lane. A number of other drivers surviving well. Once again, the track that has the nickname Too Tough to Tame took its toll on the best drivers in the world. Steve Park did return to racing. Jeff Gordon did lead the most laps. Tony Stewart did have the lead, but after the 11-car pileup, Sterling Marlin survived to win. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We'll see you next week in Bristol, Connecticut. For all of us, I'm Chris Myers. Thanks for watching NASCAR on Fox.
Hey, everybody.